played just under a week. And so hopefully they've gotten some good time in practice with Paul Crumpy. They've gotten time to get back to fundamentals and just back to LMU soccer in general. They kind of struggled to get into a rhythm last year, and I would say the last 2 seasons, really. It's been a struggle for LMU to really gain any kind of meaningful momentum as far as wins are concerned, even in scoring. So offensively, LMU does have their hands full this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. They got a lot of shots in the first game, only translated to 1 goal. You'd like to see him get a couple more if possible.
Absolutely. LMU's defense has looked really good, though, so far. We haven't seen a ton of touches from their offense, but what we have seen has been extremely promising. As we said, Francis Avoce has been awesome. Owen Gortner, we saw him for just a tiny bit of time in the Virginia Tech game, and we're happy to have him along as well. So we will see what LMU does this evening. Rodrigo San Roman has been great. Alex Liu, so quick. It's so fun to watch Liu out there. He's he uses his speed and his agility to his advantage. It's something that's just an absolute dream to watch. He's so quick and kind of floats all over the field. It's really, really fun, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a very dynamic player.
And here we go. We'll start things off. LMU with possession first. Oh, airmail it to the middle. And the ball is contested for the time being. Let's see who gets possession first. LMU is going to try to kick it back defensively. And they'll settle things down for the time being. Gerardo Lopez trying to clear the ball. LMU is going to have to be good in transition. They give it away right there. A bit of announcer's jinx. And Oral Roberts now ought to have their first chance offensively deep in LMU territory. Now on the far side, it's a foot race to the corner of the box. LMU does a good job of getting it away, but can they clear it? That was something they struggled a lot with against Virginia Tech. Their transition game really looked like it could use some improvements. Down a race towards the end line, fighting a shot and headed away. Oral Roberts definitely forcing the envelope. A long shot from the outside, not really sure where that was going. The worm burner on the ground was not really much of a concern there for Jacob Jackson. Number 98 getting his first start of the season in the cage.
And on that last play, give Christian Wood a lot of credit. You were talking pre-game about how the backline faltered a little bit against Virginia Tech, particularly early in the game. And there he was alert and was able to header the ball out of trouble.
So Jackson airmails one up towards midfield. The ball is still contested. Oral Roberts trying to get a handle on it. LMU looking for their first offensive push. Still along the far side. And LMU now trying to work it between their midfielders, and almost a look there. It was a bit overambitious in contact with the goalkeeper. But Oral Roberts doing a good job there, and Alex Liu apologizing for any incidental contact. It was nothing malicious, just 2 athletes going for the ball. But nevertheless, an exciting start to this one, just under 2 minutes in.
Both teams getting rushes early. No one able to convert yet.
So LMU still trying to clear the ball as they have it on their defensive half. Now they get it up, but it's going to be a foot race to the end line, and Oral Roberts looks like they'll corral it first. It is a fight at the corner. And the Eagles, the Golden Eagles, I should say, will get the ball back. So keep an eye on number 15 for LMU, Alex Liu. We mentioned him a little bit before the game, but he is really someone who's a force to be reckoned with. And LMU doing a good job there of stealing away possession. Now they have the chance to settle things down, but they force the issue right away, right into the middle. And a shot right off the bat, nearly just to the outside. What a great take, though. That was Christian Wood. Alex, you mentioned him earlier defensively. Now he's doing it offensively.
Yeah, it's good to see the aggression early from the Lions, wanting to push tempo, force the issue, and get as many shots up as they can.
That was something that LMU actually did a really good job of last season in particular. Even though they struggled in terms of creating offensive opportunities for themselves, they did do a good job of using their utility players, people like Christian Wood, people who can play both ends of the field effectively. We saw Wood even kind of shuffle around from a forward back to a midfielder and eventually settle as a defender towards the latter part of the season. But he's showing right there that he can do it all. So ball still in LMU claws. A risky pass there, gives it right back to Oral Roberts. And look at the quick feet there of Hobart. As he goes down the outside, gets tripped up and loses possession. So the official seeing no fault with that. It'll be Wood with the throw-in. So Christian Wood deep in LMU territory tries to get it upfield as much as possible. And kicked away by Oral Roberts.
That one's going to leave the field. That one clears the stands altogether. It looks like they get a new ball, looks like.
Yeah, that had some distance on it. It looks like Wood is set to take it once more. A little bit of a missed pass there to get things rolling. And now finally 4.5 minutes in. Wood looking for help. Goes upfield once again. It's going to be a foot race. They keep trying to give Francis Avoce a look. And he keeps either running out of room or just mishandling. And a good shot for the Lions now as they find a hole in the middle. Ball all the way to the outside. They had a look in the middle. Now they cross it back, but is it into trouble? Yes, it is. And now LMU's called for being offsides. And a quick restart for Oral Roberts. So Rodriguez taking his time with it now, gets it upfield. So Oral Roberts now looking like they're having the better touches, but LMU somehow managing to get it back every time. 5 minutes and 26 seconds have elapsed in this game. LMU has had one meaningful shot on goal, and it was a good one. Other than that, neither goalie has seen a ton of action. Alex Liu now on the side. Will he use his wheels? Yes, he can. Tries to get it up to Avoce, and Avoce now playing defender. Alex Liu managed to get off his cleat. But just like that, they'll have to turn it back over.
I think that'll be a key for this game for LMU is when they do turn it over, not letting Oral Roberts counterattack quickly. Some of the Virginia Tech opportunities were created because LMU turned it over, and they did not do a good job of recovering. And that'll be something they'll work on tonight.
I think that's absolutely right, Alex. As we said, that transition play is so important. That can make or break a team. LMU with a great steal back. Avoce with an opportunity in the middle. Can he keep clear space for himself? Now back up towards the center X. LMU's going to have to clear it back to the keeper. Jackson now getting involved, but clears it to his defense, who now has to work on their transition game. One shot on goal for LMU, none for Oral Roberts. LMU still trying to get the ball out of trouble. Oral Roberts putting good pressure on early in this game. Christian Wood now in trouble, but using his skills to bob and weave and juke 23 out of his cleats there.
We've seen some really good footwork early from Christian Wood.
And Alex Liu is not happy about that one. I'm not exactly sure what the call was.
I'm not either.
We'll keep you updated on that. The official just seemed to stop things in his track, and Liu was not pleased. For Oral Roberts now with a chance on the far side. A great pass through. LMU's defense is on their toes. Nick Docho. Pass into the middle. And now an opportunity up top. We saw Oral Roberts try to take a shot from the outside of the box, and that didn't really go through. Hobart tried to do it. And Christian Wood, very physical play here, but the ball still in bounds. Some good footwork here from Oral Roberts. Olersmo now off to his teammate. So Rhodesy Sunder was the one who had it taken away, and LMU will start in transition up the middle. Now they're trying the far side again. They like that far side so far. Now a big crossover, trying to avoid that offsides call. Alex Liu with tons of room. Can he take a shot? Yes, he will. Off the face of a Golden Eagle. How about that? Number 2 took it off his beak.
And that was Luca Rodriguez. He'll definitely be feeling that one for a while.
Yes, he will. He's seeing little tiny Golden Eagles circling his head at the moment. And LMU's defense in trouble, and Jacobson put it right through a little hole in the stands there, showing his accuracy. But manages to get it out of trouble. And Rodriguez is holding his heads here. Luca Rodriguez took a heck of a knock on the head and trying to make sure he's good to go. He'll get the ball back now, but boy, I'm sure that rung his bell, Alex.
Absolutely, and He is standing up and running around just okay, but you wonder if he'll be checked out at the very least at halftime.
You certainly hope so. Oral Roberts hasn't put any subs up yet, so they look like they're going to keep him in the game if they can. That's credit to his talent as a defender. Of course, you never want to sub this early. Gerardo Lopez now all on his own, tries to get one up. It's a bit too far out. The idea was there, the execution was just that much off. Hobart will try it again. Here with the throw in, now down to Rodriguez. Rodriguez over the middle. Now they work it up to the middle of the field. And again on that far side, Oral Roberts now looking a little bit like they're struggling in transition. So LMU trying to adapt and put better pressure on, as both teams just trying to weigh in and figure each other out. And a slide tackle attempt there. Close but no cigar. LMU now, and Hobart nearly took it away. Alex Liu again creates room for himself. Tripped up in the middle, but gets it away. LMU still maintains possession, now back up top. So LMU in a bit of trouble, having to play off the back foot and nearly lost it there. We'll keep possession.
Looked like a foul there, charged to Patricio Garcia, the Oral Roberts defender.
So Gerardo Lopez now at the center X will start things off once again for the Lions. A long kick and a cross. Boy, that was dead on accurate, and Avoce just got slightly the wrong angle on it on the attack there. But I like what they were going for, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. A good idea. And a nice long cross put in there by, I believe, Nick Dochot. And Avoce had pretty good position, just couldn't fully get around on it.
Avoce used his height to his advantage and did get his head on it first, but the angle of attack was just a little bit off.
On the out of bounds there, LMU fans wanting an offside. Doesn't end up mattering as they get possession back anyway.
So Gerardo Lopez now working to the far side once again. LMU not really favoring this near side at all. Of course, we saw this in the Virginia Tech game too. They tried the far side, then they brought it back to the near side. They're just trying to see what can work and where the holes are in the Golden Eagles defense. Of course, these guys will have watched hours and hours of film footage and studied their opponents very carefully. So now Wood on the near side. Off to Liu. Liu trying to beat him down the inside. He's doubled up immediately. Cross into the middle. A chance for LMU. That was a valiant effort. I like to see, Alex, that these guys are taking shots early. Gerardo Lopez with the fancy footwork. Look at that.
Alex Liu been really good so far, creating a lot of the offensive opportunities. He's been fast. He's been good on the ball. And we'll see if he can make more happen later as LMU works down the far side now.
Cross again, once again into the middle, but mishandled. It is nice to see the Lions taking these opportunities. Wood all alone. Oral Roberts, this is the third or fourth time they've left that spot open. A shot. Oh, same shot as last time and just off the mark. A valiant effort, though, from Cervantes. Narciso Cervantes doing his darndest to try to get that one in, but no good. Now the Lions will get another shot at it. 12 minutes and 42 seconds have gone by, still scoreless here at Sullivan Field. The wind is starting to blow. The sun has definitively set, a nice little orange hue. No clouds to be seen. It's a beautiful evening for soccer, a little bit chilly, but not for the guys on the field. They won't be noticing it one bit.
Soccer, a sport of constant movement, constant action. Players always going to be running around, keeping the blood flowing, keeping the body temperature up.
Oral Roberts a little slow in transition here. Alex Liu kind of playing hot potato with him. Wood and Lopez back. Doing a good job of trying to keep the ball in control. All the way down, a long pass and a foot race. It's going to be to the middle. Can Avoce get in front of it? No, he can't. Once again, the looks are there, Alex, and this is something that we haven't really seen from LMU in the past few seasons. They're pushing the envelope and they're trying to create opportunities early on. Usually LMU's so concentrated with, working the ball at the midfield and shooting from the outside and working their way in. If someone hits the turf there and hits the turf hard, Oral Roberts now on the charge. Everybody back up, and LMU has the numbers defensively. Corner of the box on the far side, ball now up to the middle and kicked away. Oral Roberts gets it back in the middle. Great little tricky pass and a one-on-one, nearly an opportunity, but Jacob Jackson corrals that one. Boy, that was nearly bad news bears for LMU.
That was Dante Brigida, Oral Roberts' leading goal scorer earlier in the season. He had the opportunity but couldn't quite corral it.
That was Olersmo with a fantastic pass. No one saw it coming. So LMU is going to have to be careful. Olersmo has shown some real prowess this game so far, especially down in that corner position. We'll get a stoppage. It'll go the other way. Oral Roberts will keep their shot. 14 minutes and 48 seconds have gone by here in the first. LMU with 3 shots on goal. Oral Roberts yet to have one, although they did nearly just have an opportunity there. So long restart. Giving both teams plenty of time to get into position. It'll be a free kick for the Golden Eagles. So LMU trying to set up their wall as ORU sends one away right into the middle, right into LMU territory. Jackson nearly swinging from the monkey bars there, but no danger as it went to the outside. I think it was the first time for the Golden Eagles that the ball really even got close to the net.
Yeah, first time Jackson's really had to make a play thus far in the game, and it results in a Golden Eagles corner.
So first corner kick of the game for either side.
Corner kick, Golden Eagles.
Interesting formation for Oral Roberts here. No one anywhere close to the ball. They're just going to kick it into the box and see what happens.
And now they all collapse in. Reed Berry, but not before Gerardo Lopez kicks it away and gets it out of trouble.
Jonathan, I think it was actually Avochi who was making the play. You see the forward there, known for his offense, but making the defensive stop on that one.
You're right, that was my mistake. Avoche was using his height to his advantage there. It's nice to see these players working both sides of the field. It really shows you the talent and the high level of play here at the collegiate level. LMU now with possession. And Jackson will start things off. 16 3/4 minutes into this match. We've got a long way to go and a long pass there. Intended for Avoche, but no good. Oral Roberts putting heavy pressure on. It's going to give Christian Wood a chance on the far side. Down to Lou's got to chase it down. Manages to corral it, but he's got 2 defenders on him already. Pass into the middle. And nearly another shot there for LMU, but Christian Wood now alone on the outside. Sends one in to no one. But he's trying to play back for it. He goes in for the slide. I think he'll be called for a foul there. He will indeed. It was a bit of an aggressive slide, but no harm intended. Looks like they'll get off with a warning on this one. No card issued. It's always tricky when you're in close to the box like that. You never know what can happen.
Absolutely. A lot of bodies in there, a lot of people going for the ball. You got to be aggressive when you're that close to the net, and sometimes that'll happen.
Under 18 minutes here, Oral Roberts still with a bunch of pressure from LMU. Now heavier pressure. They airmail one up to the middle. And the ball nearly paying us a little visit here in the commentary booth. I think we'll leave the soccer to the experts, though. I like this matchup that I'm seeing. Hobart and Lou, they're both 2 very speedy players, and I would say equally talented in terms of agility, so it's going to be a really interesting matchup. I don't know if they're either going to be utilized quite as much as we'd like to think, and some pushing and shoving going down there on the far side of the box for LMU. 18.5 minutes gone by. But LMU will get the ball back.
And going back to what you said about Lou and Hobart, it looks like their respective teams are both really counting them to start offensive rushes. And a lot of the offense is being run through them. So we'll see if they can make things happen for their sides.
I'm sure they will have a lot of looks each going forward. Christian Wood, the intended recipient here, and gets it off to guess who? Alex Liu. And now a contested ball at the midfield. Avoce back to Liu. LMU does not have numbers, so they'll try to settle back. Wood, smart play there by the Lions. Give themselves time to establish an offense. Now to the far side, Dosho chasing it down. And just a short little touch. LMU again having trouble towards the midfield in the clearing game. But ORU now coming back strong. Both teams putting a lot of pressure on each other in transition. I think that might come down to be one of the keys of this game, Alex.
Absolutely, no question. The transition game in the midfield, and that sort of gray area where there's no clear one team threatening to strike or one team trying to clear. Whoever can control that area will definitely have an advantage.
Tricky pass there, and the Oral Roberts defense now playing hot potato. Looks like we'll have a substitution coming up for Oral Roberts. It looks to be like it will be Lalo Castro. We'll see who he's coming out for. And Hobart and Liu, there's that matchup we've been waiting for. Liu with some great defensive moves there, but Hobart managing to get it off to his teammate. And Alersmo nearly had a shot there. As we said, the sub will come on for ORU.
For the Golden Eagles is number 17, Jose Castro. For number 23.
And it looks like it will be Alersmo will be coming off the field. So that to me is surprising, Alex, this early in the game, given how many touches he's had and how effective he's been.
Absolutely, he's been making a lot of nice plays on offense, setting up some opportunities, and he's only a freshman too, so it'll be fascinating to see how he develops and improves over the course of his college soccer career.
They could just be trying to give him a little bit of rest to make sure he can use all of his agility and ability later in the game, but
Absolutely.
We'll keep you posted on that. No subs for LMU so far. That was the first substitution of the game. As it stands at 21 minutes and 21 seconds, 2 shots for the Golden Eagles, 3 shots for the Lions. None have gone in. And now Wood to the near side. Alex Liu yet again facing off against Hobart. He's doubled immediately. They know how dangerous he is. A race to the end line. And a tumbling Liu will kick it out of bounds. That'll give Oral Roberts.
I believe it deflected off an Oral Roberts player.
Oh, so it'll be a corner for LMU. So look at that. Just like that, LMU gets their first corner kick awarded of the game. I believe.
I think it's Oberly. They're 22.
You're right, it is. So Oberly will be taking the corner. LMU trying a similar strategy to Oral Roberts, and nearly a chance there. Try to go with the backwards kick and nearly got it off the bicycle kick.
That was Avoci trying a tricky maneuver there and just put it a little bit wide.
Francis Avoci, though, he does have the skill to make those. So it's always tough to see when it goes wide like that, but he's been razor sharp so far. He's had some good looks and some good opportunities. He had that one with the header early on. It's a foot race now on the far side. The beautiful backdrop of the sky. Jackson nearly in trouble. His defense is going to try to get it away from him. Christian Wood kicks it upfield, keeps it in play, but Hobart has something to say about it. Gerardo Lopez off the head, and it'll go out of bounds. And Golden Eagles ball deep in LMU territory. So Avoce getting tripped up there.
Avoce definitely selling that one a little bit. Maybe he's been taking drama classes here, I don't know. But
not quite Oscar season.
Nope, but he gets the ball back for LMU, and the Lions will try to push the field a little bit now.
So Jackson to Gerardo Lopez, up to Christian Wood, who airmails it down. It's going to be a foot race Avoce, can he get the one-on-one? No, he can't. Not before the keeper gobbles it up. Good work there by Patrick Console in the lime green.
LMU had slightly more offensive opportunities tonight than Oral Roberts has had, but give Console a lot of credit. He's been very alert and very on top of what he needs to do.
He's always been in position. It's part of what makes him such a threat in the goal. And Hobart back. Christian Wood with a powerful header gets it off to Lou. If you can get those players out of position, that's when Lou or Hobart is really going to get their chance. So back to Console once again. Oral Roberts, like LMU, having a little bit of trouble in the transition. Sometimes going back to your defense is all that matters, and a great bit of footwork there. Hobart trying for it. Alex Lou now has the front step on him. Can he get it?
Nice play by Christian Wood there to break up the pass to Hobart.
That was a great cross there by Lou, nice and accurate, but unfortunately just slightly off target because a Golden Eagle was in the way. But a good look nonetheless. It's nice that LMU is taking these shots. 4 shots on goal now for the Lions. Still 2 for the Golden Eagles. 24 minutes and 50 seconds, and we'll get some fresh legs for LMU. CJ Neville coming in for Rodrigo San Roman. LMU's first sub of the game. So substitution at the midfield for the Lions. Now RU now looking to clear. I'm liking how aggressive LMU's forward mids and midfielders are. They're doing a very good job of keeping pressure on, but not overextending. That can be really dangerous because just like that, if you overextend, you've got essentially a player down on the transition. LMU has not put themselves in that position yet. Oral Roberts kind of did with Hobart on the last one, but at the same time, Hobart was trying to make a play, so you can't really fault him there. Now they get it over the midline. Let's see if they can create some offense. They haven't had that many good looks. A big cross into the middle. Jackson gobbles it up, nearly dangerous, but he saw it all the way. An aggressive pass right away to Neville.
Good anticipation by Jackson on that one.
That was a really nice heads-up play. 98 getting his first start of the season. In goal, that is. It's really nice to see. We had Cooper Erickson last time in the Virginia Tech game, and now we're getting to see Jacob Jackson, what he can do. The 6'2", 210-pound sophomore out of Escondido, California. So Christian Wood off to Avoce. Avoce now in trouble. Now the Golden Eagles all over it. They managed to take the ball away. It was Leo Zuli who had it stripped. And now the Lions struggling for possession on the far side. Nearly tripped up, but ORU running through everything at the moment. Ball now out on the end line. It might. We'll get some substitutions at the horn. So Doheny Williams come in for Alex Liu. And Leo Zuli being swapped out as well. So Alex Liu getting a bit of a rest. So it's interesting. Both teams have taken out their primary forwards. I wonder if that's just to give them some rest.
That's my guess to it, Jonathan, is that they just want to make sure they're fresh for later in the game. Since it's been such a close back and forth game so far, I think are presuming it's going to stay that way and want to make sure that their big guys are ready for the back half to try to get some late goals.
And with just shy of 28 minutes into this game, both teams looking to create offense. Both teams have had some decent looks. Oh, just over the head there on the far side. That one's not going to go through. It'll be Oral Roberts' ball.
Yeah, trying to get it to Doheny Williams, who just checked in down on that side, and he's fast, but he's not that fast.
That's hard when the ball's outrunning you and over your head as well. There's not really much you can do about it.
Exactly.
Other than accept the fact that it was a rough pass and move on. Try to get possession back as soon as possible. And that is what LMU will do. Not too much pressure, but Avoce keeping tabs on the ball. The Golden Eagles now starting to work it up the field. Now they get it across midline off to Hobart. LMU does have numbers defensively, though, as Oral Roberts players stream on in. Hobart now trying a side he's not used to. He's looking for the give and go. Doesn't get it. Ball into the middle. Golden Eagles still with possession. Working it around. Now back into the middle. Hobart nearly tripped up. Gets it away. He almost had a look there at the top of the box. Oral Roberts steals it away again, and their offensive stand will continue.
Nice work there to break up that play by Brandon Sanchez. He's only been in for a couple of minutes, but already had a couple of really nice defensive plays.
Absolutely. Calixon in on that one as well. Hats off to him for getting in the mix. And LMU now just trying to maintain possession. 29.5 minutes. More and more fans have trickled in to Sullivan Field here on this Friday evening, I should say. The sun has gone down. Stadium lights in full effect. A long pass all the way down to Dosho on the far side. So Calixon now in the middle. Excuse me, not Calixon, Oberly. Taking it all the way himself. Up to CJ Neville, playing where Alex Liu usually is, across into the middle.
Oberly's down.
Oberly is down, and the Lions will stop play. And both are trying to argue with the referee to see what's going to happen here. Tensions are hot right here on Sullivan Field. Looks like LMU will be awarded possession.
A foul call on Oral Roberts. I didn't see what happened, but the Golden Eagles are not happy about it.
Looks like LMU was looking for more than just a foul call, but they will get the free kick, so Oral Roberts will set up their wall. Oberly was the one who took that shot. He'll be the one taking the shot now. Oral Roberts with a unique wall formation there. Now they straighten out. I was going to say, this is half of them facing forward. Oh, great shot and in! Oberly, how about that? My goodness, Alex. And just like that, it's 1-0 LMU on top in the 30th minute.
A fantastic free kick from Oberly. Put that spin on it, put a little bend on it, and got it just out of the reach of the goalie console. So they take advantage of the break, they take advantage of the foul, and do something they could not do against Virginia Tech, and that's take a lead.
That was fantastic. LMU's first official lead in a soccer game in the regular season here for 2019. Boy, that's got to feel good, and what a shot that was. My goodness. And Oberly was grinning ear to ear after that one, as he should be. We have the Lions faithful with a crimson smoke bomb going off down here. Shout out to the student section who's trying to do the most they can out here. Some LMU athletes from the swim and water polo team out here joining us as well this evening, showing full support. And Oral Roberts now with a chip on their shoulder.
I should just note, after the goal, we had a sub for Oral Roberts. Eugene Quaynor, number 27, the sophomore defender from Ghana, has entered the game. Not sure who he replaced, but he'll be in now and try to make an impact in any way he can.
Woods down to Neville. Neville across, a long cross. Avocha's got to back up and nearly headed in, but good play there by the keeper. And Oral Roberts now in transition. Consul, that one he was able to get in front of, and Oral Roberts definitely having trouble clearing the ball. Consul might be hearing footsteps. I mean, there's not much he can do about that. That one's just a beautifully placed shot from Oberly. Cut towards the middle and darted in at the last second. The heck of a take. And now Hobart being tripped up on the far side, and the referee is not going to like that one. And I think a yellow card will be awarded to Christian Wood.
Yellow card issued to number 23, Christian Wood.
Not surprising there, really upended him and got in his way and wasn't exactly subtle about it either.
Yeah, Oberly didn't, or excuse me, not Oberly. Hobart didn't even have to do much to sell that one. He kind of did a barrel roll in the air there. I don't think Christian Wood was trying to do anything malicious, but, you know, in a physical game, you're both going at it. Things like this are going to happen, and, you know, cards will be awarded in soccer. It's just something that happens. So a free kick now. We'll go all the way into the middle. No one able to get a hand on it, and there's a shot from the outside, but off a defender. It's hard to see with everybody in the middle like that, but ORU trying to create some offense. Now to the outside. It tries for a give and go, no good. Contested ball now down towards the end line. A slide tackle and takes down a Lion. A bit of revenge there, perhaps. And that did not look very friendly.
That's Cervantes down on the far side of the pitch, and he's
really down.
He appears to be in some pain.
I'm surprised there's not a card for that. That was a slide tackle darn near the top corner of the box. Much less it was a slide tackle from behind, something that is definitely not allowed. And
that looked to be on the same level, I would say, as the play that got Wood the yellow card. I'm equally as surprised as you.
It certainly did, and I think Cervantes will have to come out due to injury. The medical training staff is now out. The clock has stopped at 32 minutes and 40 seconds. LMU leads by 1. 4 shots on goal for the Lions. 1 of those has gone in. 3 for ORU. The Golden Eagles have not scored. A yellow card will be issued to Rodriguez. So the defender getting caught not playing nice out there. So yellow card on both sides, right back to back, and this is where you got to be careful, Alex. This is where some extracurricular activities make their way into a ball game, and that's something you never want to see, especially at the collegiate level.
Absolutely, and this LMU soccer team has a reputation for being a little chippy. Last year, a lot of fights, a lot of cards, a few ejections, and there was a little bit of activity against Virginia Tech, but it never got out of hand, and we hope that it won't get out of hand tonight.
I know it's something that all LMU athletics try to focus on as much as possible is, you know, playing up to the school's reputation and trying to represent the university as best they can on and off the field. And, you know, it gets hard sometimes in the heat of battle. An opportunity now for LMU on the far side. It's a one-on-one, a shot just over the goal. And just a little bit high, but a good take.
Entering for the Lions, number 17, Jack Sauls for number 9.
So Jack Sauls taking the place of Francis Avoce. And so the tall forward will now come out. So Jack Sauls, the 6-foot, 185-pound sophomore out of Sacramento, California. Jesuit High School, now into Jesuit University.
That last rush there by LMU, it was Williams with the shot opportunity, using his speed. He's been involved a lot in his time in the game, but just sent that one over the net. And here he tried to send a cross in, but Console made a pretty easy play.
Yeah, Williams does have the speed, and he's been responsible for most of the ball handling on that far side, and he has been effective, really effective in getting the ball down towards LMU's attacking players. Someone like that is always very dangerous in transition, and so keep your eye on him in the back there. Number 7, we will see more of him for sure. It's been a good substitution so far for the Lions. Ball kicked all the way back now towards the box. LMU trying to do their best to defend away from it. ORU gets a chance. And now an opportunity in the middle. Slide tackle, no good. A ball now on the near side in the corner. And kicked out there by Christian Wood. It'll be Hobart for the throw-in. A substitution for ORU. Jorge Barrientos coming into the game for the first time. He'll be replacing number 24. Max Rotzasunder.
ORU trying to start the game quick before the sub had been completed. They're a very fast team and took it to a little bit of an extreme on that one.
Big fan of those quick restarts. Some pushing and shoving down going now by the end line. The ball stays in play. Both teams calling for the official who waves it on. An opportunity now for LMU. They've got to try to stay on sides, and they do. Across now, a good look, but Hobart with the speed and tripped up yet again. Hobart having a rough go of it today. Some rough and tumble play, but the free kick will be awarded to the Golden Eagles.
Neville, who committed the foul there, get into it the ref a little bit, but they seem to have both said what they wanted to say and gone their separate ways.
Well, Hobart's so quick. I'm sure it's frustrating when he's always taking the ball away from you or getting past you. CJ Neville with some great passing right to the middle. Let your work on the field speak for you there. Holy cow. CJ Neville with some great ball skills. Now down on the far side, it's Williams once again. Doubled up, cross into the middle. No one really there. CJ Neville has to try to chase it down. He'll let it go out of bounds. So Hobart once again. Hobart with those neon cleats. Hard to miss him. And kicked out again. Possession, given away just like that by the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy there. Never really had control of the ball with the defender right on him, and couldn't get the ball downfield. So LMU will take a throw in.
Christian Wood now deep in Golden Eagles territory. Looking for help. They go top side now. He'll go on the bottom side. Big cross towards the middle, a header, and over the goal. So good look now, but shot number 6 for LMU will be no good. High fives down there for Consul, who played that one very intelligently. He saw that header coming and jumped just in case. Luckily for him, I should say, it was a little bit high, but it'll be a corner kick for LMU. This is the second corner kick for LMU in this ball game. So LMU trying that same strategy where they have people in the box but up towards the middle of the box, and they kind of rush in, try to create some space for themselves. Let's see where the ball's placed nice and early, and possession immediately given to Oral Roberts.
Yeah, but I think before LMU even touched the ball, that was either a foul or an offside called, and gave possession back to the Golden Eagles, and they'll take a goal kick now.
Bit of a missed opportunity potentially there for LMU. Corner kicks can be such a good chance to start some offense, and you don't necessarily have to go straight for the goal. So you can just get it up, and so LMU now with an opportunity. CJ Neville in the middle, a place he's not usually used to playing. A missed slide tackle there. Christian Wood now all alone, gets the ball, gets past him. And nearly able to keep it in play, but not so. It's close. Eugene Quaynor with a valiant effort. So Christian Wood now will take it with the throw in. Calling for assistance. He wants to look upfield. He may have to settle back for his defense. Nope, he'll go to his forwards, across to the middle. There's a bit of a rushed effort there. 38 minutes, now 39 minutes elapsed. LMU still up 1-0 on the visiting Golden Eagles of Oral Roberts University from Oklahoma, coming from Tulsa. Making a long trek down here.
Entering for the Lions, number 12, Gaten Rowe, for number 22, Bastion Overly.
So Gaten Rowe now playing for LMU. The French player.
From one European player to another, Oberly, the goal scorer, is the one who checks out.
So Oral Roberts now in transition. Hobart with the ball, now back to the middle and now back to the far side. Being a little bit slow with it now, a big pass into the middle. Players tripped up, another missed opportunity there, and LMU now gets a chance. Ball's kind of still up for grabs here. Off Hobart, who gets a lucky bounce, and he's not going to give it up very easily. Some handsy play there from LMU. Brandon Sanchez really fighting for it there with hands and feet. And Jackson going to be all over that when you can't touch him in the box. 98 will hawk it on down to the side. 40.5 minutes, just under 5 to go in the first half. LMU leads 1-0, but Oral Roberts has been a challenging competitor so far. Both these teams have looked fairly decently evenly matched today, Alex.
Absolutely. The one goal scored in this game was on a shot that could have very easily been either saved or missed. And other than that, a lot of back and forth, a lot of very similar opportunities for both teams.
And a missed handle there from Junior Chavez on the far side a couple seconds ago gives LMU an opportunity, but Oral Roberts to keep it across into the middle. Kind of a lazy cross and not really to anyone. Dosho's going to be all over that one, and LMU's got the numbers on the side, and they'll kick it right back up to the middle to create some opportunities and space for themselves. So Dosho yet again, back to Jackson. And then down, just hand it on down to your keeper. Of course, that can be dangerous sometimes. Jackson to Wood. Wood trying to work with it now, goes up to Neville and out of bounds. So Hobart will get a chance. 41 minutes and 43 seconds have elapsed. And lazy passing on both sides here as we're getting close to the half. So Christian Wood will take it again. See if LMU can utilize Gaten Rao. He's a midfielder, 5'7", 150 pounds, a senior from Paris, France. Transfer from Virginia Tech. So he's playing his home team last time out. See what the Parisian can do. We'll see what the Lions can do to close out this half. It would be nice to end on a high note. Of course, going in to a half 1-0 is a high note in and of itself, but this half is not over yet, Alex.
Exactly. You've got to make sure that you don't falter late, and at the end of the half, as that time, as you get closer and closer to the end of the half, you've got to make sure that you don't get lazy or complacent. As Hobart goes down here,
and maybe some theatrics, grabbing his rib cage, and he did yelp as he went down, but I think the ref kind of saw through that one, and well, magically he's all right.
Yeah.
It's a miracle.
It definitely was a foul, but
no,
he absolutely sold it to prove a point.
Yeah, and this is not to minimize how hard he went down. He did go down hard, and there was an audible thud. These guys are fighting tooth and nail out here, like tooth and claw, I guess, for the Lions.
Tooth and paw, maybe? I don't know.
Tooth and
paw.
paw.
Look at this.
Tooth and paw. And another goal for LMU. How about that? We said being up 1-0 was a good way to end a half. How about being up 2-0? Look at that. CJ Neville came in to replace Alex Liu. Making the most of his time in goal, came flying in. Right place, right time. Made the play. It was crimson smoke last time. It's blue smoke this time.
Credit both Neville and Jack Sauls there. Both of them ran up the field, made sure to beat everyone else up, beat everyone else down towards the net. And Neville was in the right place at the right time, and a point-blank shot that he put into the net.
Yeah, it's tough to miss from that angle, Alex, but he did a good job of putting himself in position. And, you know, we've got a whole another ball game now at this point. Oral Roberts has 2 goals to catch up with, and not much time to say anything about it. Is worth 43 minutes and 40 seconds into this half.
LMU, I think this year, what we're seeing is that they're a much faster team than they've been in the past. They're going to use speed a lot more than they have in previous years, and that was pretty evident on that goal as they just beat Oral Roberts down the field straight up.
Well, LMU is out shooting Oral Roberts right now just in terms of shot attempts. 7 shots, 2 of which have gone in. Oral Roberts has not had a successful shot on goal in nearly 23 minutes, and that's a problem. You can't score if you're not shooting. It's kind of the old trope now in sports, but you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and Oral Roberts is not taking any shots at the moment. They've been playing off the back foot for the last 20 minutes or so, and LMU's done a good job of controlling the pace of play.
They've really taken the fight to the Golden Eagles, which is great to see. It's great to see an aggressive strategy.
Especially when these teams are pretty evenly matched. Ball will stay with Oral Roberts off the throw-in.
20 seconds to go here in the first half.
It's nice to see that against an evenly matched team, LMU is coming out on top and outplaying their opponents. Oral Roberts is a smart team, like we said. They've got a perfect record so far in the season, 2-0. It's still very early.
5,
The time winds down. LMU will clear it away.
2, 1.
And that'll about do it for this half. LMU up 2-0 on the visiting Golden Eagles. Oral Roberts all the way from Tulsa, Oklahoma. They've got to rethink things here at the half. LMU up 2-0. We'll step away for a quick moment before returning for some commentary at halftime. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Lions men's soccer on the LMU Sports Network and the WCC Sports Network, powered by Watch Stadium. We'll be right back. Welcome back. The Lions are up 2-0 on the visiting Golden Eagles of Oral Roberts all the way from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Well, it's a tough way to start your road trip to California, Alex.
Yeah, it was pretty evenly matched for the first 20 minutes or so, a lot of back and forth, and then Lions broke through with a brilliant free kick goal from Bastian Oberle.
Yeah, that was gorgeous.
And from that point on, pretty much, LMU just dominated the pace of play, got basically all of the opportunities, and broke through with another goal when C.J. Neville found the back of the net in the 44th minute. And instead of a 1-0 deficit, it's a 2-0 deficit for Oral Roberts, and they've got to figure out what they're going to do to make that up in the second half.
Yeah, and that was a beautiful goal. Both these goals really have been just textbook plays. Absolutely great job of LMU doing a nice fundamental job of just playing according to their own rules. You know, definitely, as you said, Alex, controlling the pace of play. On that last one, it was a goal officially by C.J. Neville, but it was assisted by Rao, Gayton, and Williams. So it was, it was just all around. I mean, Rao was the last person to touch it off that beautiful cross, but, we mentioned him and see what he can do. The Frenchman coming in and really creating some damage here for LMU.
Absolutely, a great move. Give Paul Crumpe a lot of credit for making that substitution. For some reason, I don't know what exactly it was, but he saw something that decided that that was the right person to play, and you saw it on that goal, using his speed to be the first to the ball and set up Neville.
Absolutely. I feel like as a coach, this is me speaking as someone who's not a coach, but I feel like as a coach, you're someone who has such a different vision of the game. You watch soccer so differently from how a fan or a broadcaster or even a player would watch soccer. You think about it so analytically, and when you've been coaching for as long as Paul Crumpe has, this is his 22nd season
Wow.
as a coach, graduated from UCLA in '86, he's someone, he knows soccer like the back of his hand. And, he makes those smart substitutions. He sees things that we don't, and he's been with the Lions through thick and thin. He's been here for some really fantastic seasons. He's been here for some really not so great seasons. The last couple seasons have been really, really rough for LMU. They were 6-12 in the regular season last year, just 3-4 in the West Coast Conference. And it's a highly competitive conference for just 10 teams here.
Absolutely, and Crumpy, he knows his team. He knows what they're capable of. He knows what the best way to play is, and this year it's clearly speed. It's clearly being the first team down the field, getting those good looks at the net, and that's how they were able to score today, particularly on that second goal.
Absolutely. I think it was all down to Dehaney Williams and Gayton Rowe that would just set up CJ Neville. Of course, he had to finish, but they put him in the right place at the right time. And, good on Neville for getting in there and just being in the right position. But Gayton Rowe and Dehaney Williams, boy, what a good job. There's some smart heads-up play. Those crosses were great. They were well-timed. They did a really nice job.
Absolutely. They're both very fast players, and they both made great plays on the Neville goal.
And then the earlier one, Bastian Oberle off that free kick. I mean, that was, I don't know if you're a goalkeeper, if there's really anything you could do about that one. It was kind of like a curveball in baseball. It went up right to the middle, and that's where the keeper started to move, and he saw it cut back, and so did he. I don't think there's anything more that Consul really could have done. He was in the right position. It was just over his head and out of reach.
What's the saying? Bend it like Beckham? That's exactly what Oberle did on that one. Brilliant curved shot, a little bit of banana action on it, and Consul is a very good goalie, but there was nothing he could do on that one.
Absolutely. I mean, he's had 2 saves so far. Jacob Jackson hasn't been credited with any saves, which, being credited with saves is always something tricky in soccer because your goalie sees so much more action than is reflected on the stat sheet. And both keepers on both sides have done a fantastic job so far.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't really blame Consul for either goal that he's allowed. One was a brilliant shot, and the other was just LMU speed and a little bit of an Oral Roberts defensive breakdown, if we're being honest about it. And then Jackson, like you said, hasn't made a save, hasn't shown up on the stat sheet, but he's been alert. He's been on top of controlling his defense. He's made all the right plays, and even though he isn't credit for any saves, he's the part of the reason that Oral Roberts is being shut out right now.
Absolutely. He's played for 45 complete minutes and not let anything past him. We'll head to a break real quick before returning for a couple more minutes of conversation. We'll get some box scores and stuff for you when we return. About 8 minutes until the half. You're watching LMU Lions men's soccer on the WCC Sports Network, powered by Watch Stadium. Welcome back, everybody. 2-0 is your score at the half. 5.5 minutes before we get things rolling here again. If you're just joining us, I'm Jonathan Grace, joined by Alex Hutton for the first time officially in our broadcast booth. Alex, welcome along. We're happy to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been great to be here, and it's been a great game for the Lions so far, and I'm looking forward to the second half.
Yeah, it's been a heck of a contest. As we said, LMU up 2-0 on the team from Tulsa, Oklahoma. It was Bastian Oberle in the 30th minute, late in the 30th minute, and it was unassisted off a beautiful free kick. And then at 43-29, LMU's C.J. Neville, assisted by Gaten Rao and Doheny Williams, both of whom substituted on with the assist. It's been some interesting substitutions so far, a whole lot of them actually for Paul Crumpy. And so that's been something that's really been interesting. We've seen Brandon Sanchez, C.J. Neville, Jack Sauls, Gaten Rao, and Doheny Williams come on as subs. 3 of those names were responsible for that last goal.
Yeah, and I think something important to point out is it's not like the pro game where you only get a certain number of subs and then those players have to stay in. No, it's more like basketball substitutions. You can rotate in and out. You're not limited, and Crumpy has taken advantage of that and put in some really key players.
And I think that's nice too, because as a coach, I'm sure that gives you more options in terms of strategy and how you want to, mitigate the level of fatigue amongst your team. You can let some guys come out that need a rest. We saw both teams, both ORU and LMU, take off their power forwards right off the bat. That was something that was really interesting too. We saw it for Oral Roberts. That happened fairly early in the game. They took Olersmo out really, really early, and for LMU, they took Alex Liu out. Of course, eventually down the road for LMU, it turned out to be something good. Oral Roberts, I can't say the same.
Yeah, and I think both of these teams want to play a fast style of play. Both teams want to keep the pace really, really quick. LMU did a better job of that in the first half, but what that means is that you constantly want fresh legs out on the pitch. You constantly want the freshest people you can and have as many people running up and down and creating those offensive opportunities. And like I said, it worked better for LMU than it did for Oral Roberts.
Absolutely, and LMU now making their way back onto the pitch as they warm up their legs at halftime, just flooding out of the locker room. These guys have to be happy with their performance after the half. About 3 minutes to go until we get things rolling. And we'll see what Oral Roberts can do. Alex, if you're Oral Roberts right now and you're sitting there in the locker room, what are you telling your boys? If you're Ryan Bush, excuse me, back there, we'll discuss this after the half, but I'm interested to see what you would see or what you would say coming up. We'll send a break real quick, and then we'll get Alex's answer. You're watching Lions men's soccer on the WCC Network, powered by Watch Stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sullivan Field. Both teams are now on the pitch. We're about 30 seconds away from getting this thing rolling once again. LMU up 2-0. I'm Jonathan Grace on behalf of Alex Hutton. Welcome along. Alex, we were saying just before the half, what would you do if you were Oral Roberts? If you're the coach right now, what would you have told your team just before this half?
I would focus on controlling the midfield. I think that's something they struggled with a little bit in the first half. I think that created a lot of LMU's opportunities. I think if they can control the midfield more in the second half, that will give them more offensive opportunities and get back into this game.
Absolutely, and I think maybe avoiding some of those defensive holes. So far their defense has been pretty solid for the most part. They've done a good job of interrupting LMU's opportunities. LMU's had 7 shots on goal. 2 have been successful. But they're certainly creating offense, and ORU for the most part has put a stop to that. So I think you're right that the midfield battle is going to be important. We saw LMU struggle with it early on and kind of start to get into a rhythm, and then from there it was kind of all LMU ball.
Yeah, that's right. They really found something, I think, after the Oberle goal, and that really started to turn things around for them where they were able to control the ball a lot more.
So 45 minutes officially up on the clock. LMU and Oral Roberts now taking to the pitch. Half number 2 coming up. 1 corner kick for the Golden Eagles in the first half, 2 for LMU. Neither resulted in too much. It was a free kick for LMU that resulted in the first goal. For Bastian Oberle, it was unassisted. And it was CJ Neville, the substitute, assisted by Gaten Rowe and Doheny Williams, both substitutes as well. They'll flop sides of the field. Now Oral Roberts will get a view of 83rd Street, and LMU will get a view of their locker rooms. Although I don't think they'll be looking that direction much during this game.
They'll be looking at the net. I'm pretty sure of that one.
So we'll see what ORU does out of the half here. I suspect they'll come out trying to force the envelope. 2 goals is a pretty big task in soccer, of course. It's something that absolutely can be done. 45 minutes is a lot of time if you manage it correctly. But I think LMU has done the better job of creating opportunities for themselves and getting themselves in front of the goal.
Yeah, and now it's cliche, but they really can't let up. They can't be content with the 2-goal lead. They've got to play with the same aggressive style that gave them the 2-goal lead in the first place and keep going from there.
Absolutely. So ORU does start things off. It is a contested ball here to start things. LMU's CJ Neville now on the far side of your screen. Possession awarded to the Lions. And we are just 22 seconds into half number 2. Slower restart, but looking for the throw in. Here we come now. Oral Roberts now with the first opportunities, and they have numbers. Up the middle, now off to the side. They'll settle things out. Can they go back on the cross? No, they can't. Out of bounds, and it should stay with the Golden Eagles. Looking for the quick restart if they can, but no one was ready. They'll hand it off. Hobart with the throw-in. Uses that strength, but doesn't have to use it much. He gets the ball nice and close. Ball will go out again, and same story. So Hobart with the throw-in once again. Now all the way up to the midfield. They're taking a big step back. But Oral Roberts trying to control possession. Big pressure there from LMU. LMU trying to force the envelope. They're not letting up one single bit despite the 2-goal cushion. This is what I like to see from LMU men's soccer.
Yeah, and it wasn't just a one-player effort. You had Sauls, you had Williams, you had Sanchez back there.
That was a coordinated attack.
Absolutely. And now Oral Roberts gets the ball back. They'll get a throw-in.
So Oral Roberts doing all they can to try to control the pace of play early on. That's something that's going to be key, is what you mentioned, Alex, that control at the midfield and then controlling possession time. So battle now at the end line. Great job keeping it in. And now they cross it over. Tricky situation there. Jackson dodges a bullet. Slide tackle for the ball. And stays in bounds. I don't know for how much longer. It won't be that much longer, but the ball will stay with Oral Roberts. So Hobart on the far side throws in shallow, right into a sea of gray and crimson. Manages to clear it out to his own team, though.
Give Oral Roberts a lot of credit here early. They've come out, they've been aggressive, they've done what we were talking about, they've tried to play faster and take it to LMU a little bit more, and they've succeeded so far, although LMU is on the rush right now.
LMU yet to have a meaningful opportunity here offensively. Rao now with the takeaway at the sideline, but handing it off. Hobart once again with the throw-in. Boy, LMU is really trying to force the envelope, but so too is Oral Roberts.
Oral Roberts, they kicked off to start the second half and haven't really given LMU the ball for any meaningful stretches of time yet. It's been mostly their possession.
So possession time was split relatively evenly in the first half. Let's see if that stays true here. Ball all the way along the sideline. It will bounce out, pays the fans a visit, and makes its way back onto the field. How about that? Be Jocelyn Patel handing it off to his teammate Patricio Garcia. Patricio. Now where's the ball going to start? A little bit of confusion maybe. Patricio Garcia being elected to make the throw in.
And when the ball's in the air like that, it can be a little hard to tell sometimes exactly where it went out of bounds. And they were trying to make sure they got that right.
The officials trying to be as accurate as possible. So LMU now with possession. Let's see if they can hold on to it. This control at the midfield has been a little tough so far this half. It's only been a couple minutes, but still, that can be telling. Some extracurricular activities there on the sidelines, but both teams equally guilty. So no call on that one. Oral Roberts will get the ball back. A long kick all the way to the far side. LMU will take it. Rao ready for it. He was credited with the assist on the last goal. The one scored by C.J. Neville, he and Doheny Williams. And Hobart is tripped up once again. With some good sportsmanship there from LMU. Noel Calixon hoping Hobart up, but Oral Roberts still not happy about it. It's a chippy second half so far, Alex.
Yeah, a lot of players getting tangled up. Certainly nothing deliberate, but both teams fighting really hard to try to get possession of the ball.
So free kick being awarded to the Golden Eagles. 50 minutes and 1 second into the half. Into the ball game. So both teams had a chance to get set here, and Oral Roberts taking their time, kicks one into the middle in direction of the goal. Had a little bit of free time in the box, very close to Jackson. There's nearly some scary stuff there for 98 in black. Oral Roberts trying to get it into the middle as much as they can. LMU not letting them do so. LMU's defense seeing a lot more action than they have this game so far. Hobart playing back. Not really where he's used to playing. He's usually up towards the midfield. Long pass again. It's going to try to be a one-on-one opportunity. Docho ready as backup, though. So too is Gerardo Lopez. Nick Docho trying to squeeze his way through the Golden Eagles defense. They get it across the midfield. Now they try on the far side. LMU hasn't really utilized this near side yet. The bottom of your screen, they've mostly been up top there in that corner. Let's see what they can do. Still maintaining possession, not really forcing any issues, just trying to play keep away. 51.5 minutes here. LMU trying to work that ball slowly back to the middle, and they had room for just a split second, but didn't really use it. Now backed into the corner yet again. LMU's going to need to get that ball into the center of the field. They take a shot, but Console gobbles it up. That wasn't really a shot with anything on it. I think they're mainly just trying to get it out of that corner.
Yeah. Strong, solid defense there from Luca Rodriguez to make sure that there wasn't really any opportunity to make a play.
So Console under pressure yet again. Nearly had it taken away. Scary stuff there, but Console staying poised. He's let 2 past him so far. Now a one-on-one opportunity just off the defender and wide. Oral Roberts trying to keep it in play, but boy, that was a scary moment there. Duhaney Williams nearly put number 3 on the board for LMU there. It was a great tip, and I think it just happened to come off the foot wrong. Other than that, he was one-on-one with Consul, and he won that matchup for all intents and purposes.
A great opportunity for Williams there, but Consul was in good position and managed to get a piece of it.
So LMU now. It'll be corner kick at number 3 for the Lions. Brendan Sanchez sends one in shallow, headed away by Hobot. Now up the field. Oral Roberts is going to be a foot race. LMU tries to maintain possession. They're still deep in Golden Eagles territory. Can they maintain their offense and stay on the offensive? They've tried their best to attack as much as they can. Another cross towards the middle. Consul gobbles it up again. Use that speed to get to the top of the box and kick it away. He'll try to clear it to his own team. Nearly some head-to-head contact there in the middle. Both these guys fighting for it. These teams have been chippy. And LMU trying with another shot. A beautiful cross and no good. Boy, that was a heck of an opportunity there. Jack Sauls was in the right place. Well, speaking of chippy play, both these teams have 1 yellow card awarded on each side. Christian Wood had one early on for tripping up Hobot. And later it was Luca Rodriguez for getting some payback.
Yeah, it took out Cervantes with a slide tackle, and that's how the yellows became 1-1.
But strictly speaking, it's been clean play since.
Yep.
So both these teams putting good pressure on each other in transition. It's making it difficult. Oral Roberts now with the header. Ball in the air, up for grabs. Foot race to the end, Duhaney. Williams gets to it in time. Emily looking to control the ball. Open in the middle is Rao. Takes a shot. Oh, too far to the left. But Rao taking a shot. He was credited with the assist early on. It was Williams who was also credited. CJ Neville who scored that goal, number 2. But Rao was the assist. The Frenchman substituted in late in the first half. Has made a difference so far. His ball handling skills have been fantastic. And now it's Oral Roberts with an opportunity, a one-on-one, so pushing and shoving. The refs say it's all clean. It was nearly a one-on-one with Jackson. LMU's defense trying to have something to say about that. We'll have a substitution now for the Golden Eagles.
Nice play there by Cervantes to use his speed, find an extra gear, and break it up before there was a clean look at the net.
Yes, Cervantes putting on the afterburners there.
Jose Castro for number 6, Vinicius Oliveira.
So Oliveira coming out, Jose Lalo Castro coming in. Lalo Castro at the midfield. First fresh legs on either side in this half. 55 minutes and 47 seconds have elapsed. The clock resumes. Ball goes into the middle and headed away. Good job by LMU's defense with a, pun intended, heads-up play there. Ball back to the middle, though. LMU not out of the woods yet. Golden Eagles at the corner of the box trying to maintain possession. Someone in the crowd yelling, no shot. Wow, fantastic defense from LMU. How about that? Manages to get it back in the clutches of the Lions.
Cervantes again.
A big cross all the way. Rao's going to have to get on the afterburners. I don't know if he's going to get to it in time. He will just to the end line, kicks it back. Good heads-up play there. CJ Neville now inching closer and closer to the top corner of the box. Tries to take it back to the middle himself. And the Lion goes down and goes down hard. That one looks to be pretty serious as he is writhing in pain. Meanwhile, play continues downfield on the far side. LMU is going to try to get it and kick it out of bounds if they can to give their teammate a bit of a respite. He's back to his feet now. We'll get you a number in just a moment. The ball will go LMU's way. It will be 29, Noel Calixon.
It looks like there might be a yellow card being issued on that for his talking to the ref. He is not happy.
Yeah, Calixon definitely having some words there with the official. Did he end up showing a card?
I thought he did. Maybe I read it wrong. I'm not sure.
I don't know that there was a card ever shown. Yes, there is a card shown at 57 minutes and 8 seconds. Yellow card issued to Noel Calixon for delaying play. He'll be subbed out. He is fuming.
Entering for the Lions is number 6, Danny Garcia.
Danny Garcia taking over. We saw Garcia earlier in the game, checking in now once again. Boy, Calixon is fuming. The second yellow card for LMU in this game. Tough play there. LMU now with a shot in the middle. Defender on his back across a bit too much. Can they keep it in play? Yes, they can, but not before being taken out by the Golden Eagles. Can they get it to their own side of the field, though? An opportunity for LMU. Tripped up in the box. And that looked to be pretty blatant. He stuck his foot out and just left it there.
I'm surprised there's no call. That's about as clear of a trip as you can get. Instead, an LMU shot, I believe, by Sauls winds up going wide.
It'll be shot number 10, but it looked like it was pretty blatant. Let's watch the replay here and see what happens. I don't know that it was super blatant, but he definitely did leave his foot out there. I know you can't see the replay on your screen, but that looked to be pretty obvious. Either way, play resumes. 58 minutes and 3 seconds, 10 shots for the Lions. Still 3 shots for Oral Roberts. A chance now, and again a Lion goes down hard. This is getting downright violent on Sullivan Field.
This time we do get the foul call.
Jack Sauls took a hard hit. Good sportsmanship, though. It was 17 on 17. It was Jose Lalo Castro. And Castro came in flying. Nick Dochot having a few words with the official. Looks to be friendly, though. And Rowe now handing the ball off to his teammates. It'll be a free kick for LMU. This was dangerous for Oral Roberts. Last time they were put in this situation. Bastian Oberle scored with Alex, as you put it earlier, a bend it like Beckham goal. And here it goes, this time right into the wall. An early opportunity, contested ball in the box. Beautiful defense, though, by Oral Roberts to get it out. A slide tackle that doesn't stop them. They're trying to clear the ball. Rao on the charge now. Oral Roberts gets it deep into Lions territory, and now they'll try to go to work. Cross to the far side of the field. Hobot's going to have to chase it down. It'll go out of bounds. Saved it somehow. Holy cow. But gives it back to the Lions. Ball is still up for grabs. Oral Roberts is going to try to maintain that possession if they can. Now it's crossed the midfield again. Cross into the center. Dochot, right place, right time. It was off his back. A beautiful bicycle kick there to get it out of danger. Gerardo Lopez with some acrobatics. And off the side of a defender, it'll be Jack Sauls with the stop off his hip.
I think that was Christian Wood, actually. And that's Christian Wood again. He's been in a lot of the defensive action. Seems like the ball has been finding him a lot. As Oral Roberts kicks it too far there.
Right, it was Christian Wood who's now grabbing that left thigh. Took a pretty good shot there. Kind of took that one from point blank range.
Number 22, Boston Overly for number 12, Guyton Rowe.
So the goal scorer,
For number 17, Jack Sauls.
Bastian Oberle checking back in along with Francis Avoce. Avoce getting the starting spot at forward, now checks in. He's got some height to him. And he's a force to be reckoned with, I'll tell you that.
Hasn't scored yet this season, but I think has a lot of potential to break out at some point. He's someone you'd really like to see find the back of the net for the Lions. I think if he starts playing well, that'll open up a lot of other things for this offense.
Absolutely. We saw him be really effective last year, and slow start here. Clock is still stopped at 60 minutes and 12 seconds. Just a touch under 30 minutes to go, but Francis Avoce is tied for second tallest on the team. Ball airmailed up. Nearly an opportunity there for LMU. Doheny Williams trying to play keep away, gets it back to the center of the field. See what Brendan Sanchez can do. Now down to the far side, the top corner of your screen. Gets it back into the middle. A shot. No good. Console gobbles it up, gets it out of trouble right away. He's still under pressure, though. He's able to take his time a little bit, rolls it on down to his defense.
Some nice moves from Neville there. Really good footwork to create that opportunity.
Good job to get it out of trouble there to Jeremiah Matatola. Nora Roberts has it back at their defense once again. Jocelyn. Ball go out of bounds, and more fresh legs. How about that? Subs for both sides this time. Junior Chavez now checking in for Oral Roberts.
And for the Lions is number 14, Rodrigo San Roman. For number 11, CJ Neville.
And Rodrigo San Roman, the midfielder, will replace CJ Neville, also a midfielder, who's responsible for goal number 2. That ball went off the foot of number 34 for the Lions. It's Narciso Cervantes. The official having some stern words there with Nick Dosho. Not sure what that was about, but play resumes anyway. That ball kicked right to a Lion, but look out, here comes the Golden Eagles. So Oral Roberts now trying to set up some offense. Still have only 3 shots on the game. That third shot, all of which have been unsuccessful. The Lion is tripped up. Gerardo Lopez takes to the ground. Gets up under his own power.
And for Oral Roberts, it looks like number 8, it's Tanjid Garano. He's moving around a little bit gingerly out there. Went down at one point. He's walking around now, but does not look like he's at 100% right now. Looks a little uncomfortable.
It can be so tough to try to push through. Of course, as an athlete, your first instinct is to continue play, to muster up the strength, to just keep going and fight through the pain, but sometimes that can make things worse. Console now gets the ball through to himself. 62 minutes and 50 seconds have gone by. Score is still 2-0 in favor of the Lions here in their home field. Ball up in the air, and it will go out of bounds. So potentially clever play there by Dante Brigida. And Williams double teamed, triple teamed on the sideline. Cervantes now with the throw in. I think the first time he's been used for a throw in so far, off to 22. Oberly all the way to the far side of the field. Top of your screen, ball being crossed down into the middle, no one there. Now Cervantes has it all alone. He gets it back into the middle. LMU goes back to their defense. Dosho immediately under pressure. Now at risk of turning it over. LMU's going to want to try to keep it on the ground here. Oberly once again. Will he try to get it back to the middle? He'll go to the far side, but he's got Hobart as a defender. A beautiful header, but just a bit too much to the low side to the left. The idea was there, though. They're trying to get Francis Avoce a chance. We saw him with a couple good looks in the beginning of the game. He had 2 near goals. Ball being fought for in the middle. Now finally touches the grass. You got to be careful of the offsides here as it goes towards the end line. Kicks it up right to the corner of the goal. Console again with a beautiful move. Console has had his hands full this half.
Yeah, on that one, Williams trying to set something up for Avoce, but couldn't quite control his foot, couldn't control his kick. And Console has to make yet another play. 13 LMU shots. Compare that to just 3 for Oral Roberts.
Dante Brigida was pleading with the official to try to get some kind of call there. It looked like he lost an armband or something. Garcia with the throw in. Ball will go the way of the Golden Eagles. Lalo Castro hands it off to the Lions. Or it looked like he was going to hand it off to the Lions. It will be a free kick for the Golden Eagles. Tanguy Guarino, with the free kick. Not much of a wall for the Lions. Gerardo Lopez with a beautiful header. And some tough play now. Great little checked kick and all over the back of him. That's about as blatant of a foul as you can get. You can hear from the crowd. Yeah, they'll give him a yellow card for that, and probably well deserved. He was on that LMU player's back like a backpack.
That'll go against Patricio Garcia, his first card of the game. Makes it 2-2 in yellow cards.
Patricio Garcia. Yikes. He was trying to get the ball from the back, but ended up getting hung up literally on the LMU player. Time is frozen at 65:44. We'll get a sub. Oh, and look who it is. We haven't seen this one in a while. It'll be number 23, Frederick Olersmo. It looks like who will be subbing in for Oral Roberts.
Eagles is number 23, Frederick Olarsmo, for number 27, Eugene Quainer.
The Quainer will take a break, and LMU will get a sub as well. It'll be number 19, Nick Giacalone. Doheny Williams will take a seat and get some water. Now keep an eye on 23 in white. He's very shifty. He hasn't played a whole lot this game, and to be honest, Alex, I can't really understand why. It could be he's nursing an injury or something, but a player this talented, you don't really want to keep him on the bench too much.
Yeah, Oral Roberts has had most of their offensive opportunities in the first half, and he was setting up a lot of those. So we'll see if he can do more of the same now that he's back in.
He's good on defense. He's super shifty on offense. What a move there. LMU's substituting game. Giacalone getting in there and mixing things up right off the bat. Jackson able to clear the ball. LMU now on the far side of your screen on the left. Jackson air mails one up to midfield. And that one will go out of bounds. So Hobart looking for the quick restart, blown dead. 66 minutes and 25 seconds elapsed. No subs lined up for either side, but of course they did just get fresh legs. Hobart waiting, now throwing. Right back up to him. And LMU now looking to try to get control of the ball. Can they? Kicks it on down. Could it be a chance from the outside? It looks to be a little bit too far, and it is. And Hobart again, this time he does get the quick restart. This one gets past LMU. But not quite. Race to the end line, not really the best angle for shooting. They're going to want to try to get back to the center if they can help it. And now Rao with a shot. No, it was Oberle. Oberle tried for goal number 2 for himself. It would have been 3. That'll be LMU's 14th shot on goal. They have 11 more shots on goal than do the Golden Eagles of ORU. The team from Tulsa, Oklahoma, struggling at the moment. LMU trying to break down their transition game as best they can. They came out strong with the midfield play. And now LMU trying to break that down bit by bit, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. Oral Roberts looked like they might have found something within the first few minutes of this half, but ever since then, LMU's been really strong on defense and hasn't let them create a ton of opportunities.
Absolutely. Oral Roberts will now get the throw in, and they'll start things off slowly from the defensive side of the field. Let's see what they can do. They try to get it across the midfield. Big ball airmailed. LMU's got something to say about it. Now the ball settles on the pitch, and it goes into the clutches of the Lions. It's a race to the box, and Consul dives for it, takes a shot, but gets right back up. And Consul goes down.
Looks like he's okay. Avochi trying to make a play on the ball there and couldn't quite get to it, made a little bit of contact with Console.
That's always scary when you see a goalie laying out for it like that. You know they're not afraid, but they know that hit is coming, and with someone as tall and as fast as Francis Avoche, I'm sure he's going to be feeling that one in the morning. Beautiful, smart play by Cervantes, who gets it up in the air and away. That one will now trickle out of bounds and will stay with ORU. So an interesting matchup here between Cervantes and Alersmo.
Yeah, Alersmo is he's one of the big offensive leaders for the Golden Eagles, but Cervantes made some really nice defensive plays today, and I think they're matched up for a reason.
Absolutely. Let's see what Alersmo can do for the offense here in the closing minutes. Well, I can't really quite call them closing minutes yet. It's just under 70 minutes to go. Long ball to the far side on the left side of your screen, headed away by LMU. Ball still up for grabs and now out of bounds. This time it goes possession for the Lions. And Alex, if you're Oral Roberts, I mean, I'd say it's well past go time now.
Absolutely. They've really been struggling to find anything offensively since the first few minutes of the second half. And if you're the Oral Roberts coaching staff, you've got to start wondering, sort of if not now, when almost.
Absolutely. Kind of what combination is going to work. These matchups haven't gone their way so far. Nearly a tricky position there for Console. Dosho getting tangled up, but trying to avoid the one-on-one. Jackson is going to have himself a tricky shot here, but no. Some strong opinions there from the fans.
Entering the game for the Golden Eagles is number 6, Venetius.
As soon as that moment happened, you saw LMU players immediately pleading for no foul, and they got what they wanted as we have a substitution.
It'll be number 6 on the substitution, Vinicius Oliveira. Fans certainly getting into it here. A good amount of Oral Roberts faithful joined by the Lions student section. A couple other members of LMU athletics teams. The swim team is here. Members of women's LMU soccer who played right before this. Nick Dosho now fighting for it along the sideline. Can he get it off to his teammate? Yes, he can. Goes to Oberle in the middle. Now up top to Sanchez. Sanchez all the way to the far side. Big cross into the middle. Nearly a shot. Avoche taken down, but frustrated that there's no call. Console gets it up and waves his arms like, what are you doing? Meanwhile, LMU's defense has got to be careful not to give any chances here to the Golden Eagles. It's a foot race to the end line. Kind of slide tackled the ball to knock it out of bounds.
That was San Roman breaking up the play there.
Oral Roberts trying to create some offense, but LMU not letting anything through. It's got to be so frustrating. You're down 2-0. You got a team that's pretty evenly matched, and you know, until the second half, it was looking about 50-50 if you take away the score. But I think both of those goals, that first one, there was not much Oral Roberts could have done about that. It was a beautiful free kick. You kind of put some, like you said, Alex, not to steal your phrase, but some banana action on it. It was cut to the middle and then right back to the top corner. I mean, it was a textbook play. Oral Roberts now fighting to cut through the middle. A shot now on their own, blocked by Jackson. Jacob Jackson. Well, if you're going to have a first save of the ball game, that's a pretty good one.
I was just going to say.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that's going to go down as his first save, and a terrific play in perfect position and reacted just in time to put his hands on it.
The officials now issuing a red card to an LMU player. Not sure what happened there. See if we can take a look at the replay and find out. Maybe some extracurriculars down there on the field after the shot attempt. So it was a beautiful save by Jackson. The ball being fought for. Ball goes out of bounds, or up towards the midline. And the camera goes away from it. They're not quite sure what happened. Console kicked it back, and he must have done something pretty bad to get a red card right off the bat there. It was Gerardo Lopez, LMU's center defender. He's been a staple.
Number 5, Gerardo Lopez for the Lions.
I
So
don't believe he already had a yellow against it. This is not a 2 yellows into a red situation.
no, he went straight to red.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing maybe he said something to the ref. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I didn't see exactly what happened.
Well, they're getting a couple substitutions here on both sides, so obviously Lopez will be taken out.
LMU down to 10 now. I believe.
Entering for the Lions is number 21, Corbin McCarno.
So LMU now with Lopez taken out of the game, now at a disadvantage. I wish I could comment more on it, but I just didn't see it. That's not where the action appeared to be taking place. It looked like Consul was trying to get the ball, so that's where our attention was focused. Long ball goes out of bounds. It was called dead before that.
I believe on an offside.
So we'll get things going once again. Nick Dochot starting things off. 73 minutes and 20 seconds in this ball game have gone by. Possession will go way of the Golden Eagles. Hobart throwing it in, now back to himself, the little give and go. I'm surprised we haven't seen more of him in the second half, Alex.
You mean Hobart?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he was a big part of the offense in the first half, and Oral Roberts hasn't been getting the ball to him as much, but give LMU credit for taking him out of the game.
Absolutely. That matchup on that backside is working. They're doing a good job of shutting him down. They realized that he was a potential threat and immediately capitalized on it. As to avoid a one-on-one, Jackson falls on it. So Jackson now with a save, and boy, what a save it was. He avoided the one-on-one situation, kind of attacked it head on. Olersmo. Now back to the center, right into the middle. It's kind of a risky pass, though, cutting through the middle. You always risk exactly that. Francis Avoce now fighting and being taken down. Good sportsmanship, though, on both sides, helping each other up. It was Lalo Castro, that took down Avoce. Will give LMU a free kick. Looks like it'll be Danny Garcia taking the free kick. So Garcia gets it in, doesn't go for the shot, goes for the long cross instead, and Avoce tried to header it in. He can use that height. He's 6'4". Only one other guy on the team, Mitchell Wilson, who wears number 0 as a keeper, is as tall as Francis Avoce.
You could see Avoce there really get up over the Oral Roberts defenders and get position, but couldn't get his head around for a clean shot.
So 75 minutes and 16 seconds elapsed. Olersmo fighting. Not getting much out of it. Oral Roberts now back to Hobart. Let's see if he can start to create some offense. Kind of like Alex Liu in the beginning of the game. He was who they looked for to create opportunities. He's taken down, but Oral Roberts maintains possession. Now on that far side, that top left corner, ball goes down towards Jackson. Open net on the far side. Off the post. I can't tell if it was off the post or if it was off Jackson.
I think it was actually off Cervantes. I think he got his foot around and I was able to kick it out.
That would make sense because that ball flew. Either way, Jackson was ready for it. I didn't think he was going to be there in time. I was kind of holding my breath. The net was wide open. I'm not sure why they didn't shoot sooner.
That was Brigida, who's been their top offensive player of the year so far. I had to look there.
So they try to get it to him once again, but Jacob Jackson falls on it. So Jackson now with the goal kick. Sends it away, airmails it to midfield. Contested ball up for grabs. So 76.5 minutes in. Some tough playing there with Cervantes on the side. We'll get some substitutions now, or just one as a matter of fact, for LMU. Looks like it'll be Rodrigo San Roman coming off. And he'll be replaced by CJ Neville. CJ Neville, as I'm sure you can hear, with his fan section, his very own fan club sitting right below us. He is responsible for half of the Lions' points today. Of course, he didn't do it alone, but still he was the one that put it in the back of the net. Called for offsides. Fans not too jazzed about that one.
That was Junior Chavez, who was ruled to be offsides, and he didn't agree with it either.
So Nick Dochot will start things off. Sends it well past midfield, all the way trying to get it down. Lions are now trying to work the middle of the field. Nearly had a look there. Now on the corner, beautiful cross to the center, but a little bit too high. Now a wild kick all the way into Consul, who bats it down. I mean, I get what he was going for there. No one really expected that kick, but I don't think he had time to set it up for it. He was in the right area, though. It would have maybe hit the top shelf if not been a bar down shot, but Consul was standing right in the center of the goal. Now LMU gets a chance on the near side. Will they go low? Yes, they will. They take a cross and just off. Boy, that was close.
Another opportunity for Avoce. He's had so many decent looks at the net tonight and just hasn't been able to put one in yet.
That was so close. Avoce sliding into that one. Nearly had it, just inches off. So Oral Roberts now with under 12 minutes to go. The Lions are tumbling, Golden Eagles are tumbling, but play resumes. Fans are getting into it this time. Olersmo on that far side is going to be fighting with Cervantes. They keep it in play. Cross now to the middle. Lions all over that one. Jackson, though, has to take it. And now he's kind of playing with him. Jackson is feeling it. He's taking his time, though, on the clear. 79 minutes, 20 seconds. LMU has the time to just milk the clock, but Oral Roberts putting pressure on him. You got to be careful, though. You don't want to be too overconfident and risk a mistake. Of course, none of that matters now because LMU will get a quick restart. Not quite sure that was what they're looking for.
Overly looked like trying to catch Consul off guard. Nothing doing, though.
Consul has been on top of his game. It's although LMU has snuck two past him, it's really hard.
Yeah, the score does not reflect how good he's been in net tonight. He's played really well. You can't really blame either goal on him, I don't think.
Absolutely. He's been at the right place in the right time, and in both cases, he's nearly stopped it. So now Avoce with opportunity. Can he avoid the offsides? Gets into the box all by himself and takes a tumble. Manages to keep the ball for himself, though. But boy, he had another good look there.
And credit the speed of Luca Rodriguez to come in and help take the opportunity away.
Absolutely a great defensive stop there for Oral Roberts. Another shot. That one will go wide. Shot number 17. I think since that was wide, it'll only be 16, but either way. 16 shots to 5. Oral Roberts has found a little bit in offense this half, but LMU is making their job very difficult. Again, as we said, coming into this one, two teams that are pretty evenly matched for the most part.
Number 7, Doheny Williams.
Doheny Williams checking back in for LMU. And Consul Air mails one down. And ORU now with numbers defensively. Hobart, excuse me. They haven't played him much offensively. He's hanging back as a defender. I'm not quite sure why. You know, the only thing I can think of is maybe they're trying to utilize his speed to cover off the ball a little bit more and avoid those opportunities for LMU, but hasn't seemed to make a difference. A beautiful slide tackle on a takeaway on the far side. Well done.
That was Christian Wood again. It seems like almost every time Oral Roberts has had an opportunity, he's been there to help quell it, and makes another nice play there.
Boy, number 12 in white was not happy about that one. That was Dante Brigida. an animated character. He's been all over the ball so far. He's really been responsible for a lot of ORU offense this evening. Now Cervantes handling it, doubled immediately. Tries to cover off to the middle. Going to be Danny Garcia taken down. Tries to challenge. Nick Dosho handing it off to his boys. Or he'll take it himself off the free kick. 82 minutes and 20 seconds. Long kick to the far side. Maybe trying to get some offense going from that side of the field. CJ Neville all the way back to his defenders, who now try the same side again. Both going for it, both hit the ground, play resumes. The referees wave them on. Golden Eagles now with a chance on the side, it goes out of bounds. So possession will stay with the Lions as we are nearing 83 minutes in this ball game. Time is winding down. Slow on the throw-in, but LMU tries to get it upfield. They want to create offense as much as they can. I have the feeling that they're not going to stop going for that third goal until the whistle blows, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the style of being aggressive has worked for them so far, and they don't want to get away from it right now. The worst thing they can do is get passive and fall back, because that will open up opportunities for Oral Roberts.
Absolutely, and they're leading this ball game 2-0. There's just under 7 minutes left, and the crowd not too pleased with how the gentlemen are conducting themselves so far, and a red card now issued to someone on the Oral Roberts side. Again, let's check the replay and see what happened here.
Can't tell who it was, but I believe they got into it a little bit with Christian Wood. I'm not sure. We'll check it out.
It looked like they may have tried to delay him there on the throw-in. So as we take a moment to talk things over here, he does get into it with Wood and kind of shoves him a little bit. Red card does come over, so he did shove Wood from the back. He'll be ejected from the game, and
we believe that's Reed Berry.
I think it is.
Freshman midfielder. So he'll come out, so it'll be 10 on 10 as opposed to 11 on 11 for the last 6+ minutes.
Well, that is certainly interesting. The referees are talking things over, and Oral Roberts are challenging a lot and really getting into it with the officials. They're motioning to the sidelines. Jackson can't believe what he's seeing. They're talking now to some LMU players and coaches. Oral Roberts head coach is out there, trying to put their 2 cents in. 83 minutes and 22 seconds. Time has stopped and will continue to stop until this has been sorted out. Some definite confusion there. The player does come back on for LMU, replacing someone. Well, this is just chaos, Alex.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. To be entirely honest with you, we'll explain it to you once we figured it out ourselves.
So it looks like things have been sorted out for the most part. Players are taking their positions back on the pitch.
Very appropriately, the Law and Order theme is being blasted here at Sullivan Field.
So a red card issued both ways. On top of that, 2 yellow cards have been issued for LMU this game, and another one for the Golden Eagles. Play will resume. 83 minutes and 22 seconds have gone by. Possession stays with the Golden Eagles. Hobart, quick throw in to start things off. Back to Hobart. Now tries to work to the middle, fakes back down towards the inside, handles it himself, gets past one defender, tripped up though. And boy, things are getting really chippy out here.
Mentioned earlier, last season LMU had a little bit of reputation as one of the chippier teams here.
Red card issued to Christian Wood. I guess that was part of the confusion. So Christian Wood is now out of this game as well. Perhaps he was getting mouthy with the official, but it says here at 83 minutes and 22 seconds, Christian Wood was issued a red card has since been ejected from the game.
So now 2 ejections today for LMU and 1 for Oral Roberts. So we're down to 9 on 10 action.
Gerardo Lopez and Christian Wood, both of whom have been issued red cards, will have to sit out the opening half of Sunday's game as well. So just like that, Oral Roberts may have caught the lucky break they needed, albeit probably not the way they wanted that to happen. Ball all the way down in the corner now towards the box. LMU trying to take it away. Lalo chasing it down. Olersmo had it stripped away. Lalo Castano. Now at the top of the box, crossed into the middle, no one there. Headed away, Lyon goes down, gets back up. So foul called, and LMU will be awarded the free kick. Nick Dochot. So Dochot will take it himself. 85.5 minutes, roughly, have gone by. 16 shots for LMU, 5 for Oral Roberts. Williams with a chance now. He tries to go bottom side, takes down Olersmo. Does he get a shot in front of the goal? Tries to keep it himself. Boy, he had an opportunity to shoot there. Takes one long and gobbled up by Console. I'm not quite sure why Williams didn't take that shot, Alex.
Yeah, it looked like he had the better opportunity than the one Oberle had when he actually shot it. I'm surprised Williams didn't try to get something off there.
Either way, he did a good job of maintaining possession and taking shot number 17, making Console's job that much more difficult. Console has to gobble one up again. 18 shots, Alex.
Yeah, we said coming into this game, these are both teams that like to shoot. They like to get as many balls to the net as they possibly can. And as a foul on Oral Roberts is called, they'll go. That one will go against Quaynor.
And now they're calling for the medical staff. Immediately calling for the medical staff. Jackson comes over. Yellow card has been issued. Cards are flying all over. As the third yellow card, excuse me, the fourth yellow card of the game, 3 red cards.
Yellow card issued to number 27, Eugene Quaynor, for the goal.
So Eugene Quaynor being given the yellow card. Nick Dochot looks to be jogging over. I'm not sure if he's subbing out or what's going on, or if he's just having a word or a drink of water. Looks like he'll be just having a drink of water. Clock has stopped at 86 minutes and 19 seconds. This has been a stop-and-go second half, Alex. Neither team has scored. LMU has had a bunch of good opportunities to score, but Sullivan Field is turning into a war zone.
Yeah, it's definitely getting very chippy out there. This time it's Corbin Mercado, the sophomore defender from Yorba Linda, who's gone down. And it has gotten very chippy, and a lot of just stop and go, like you said. A lot of pushing and shoving and a lot of referee involvement, which has been necessary.
And now he's up under his own power. We're glad to see it, but he's definitely walking gingerly on his ankles. Doesn't look to have too much of a limp, but he is being assisted off the field by the medical training staff. I'm glad they were able to get on the scene quickly. So Eugene Quaynor.
For the Golden Eagles is number 10, Jorge Barrientos, for number 27, Eugene Quaynor.
So Quaynor being taken off, Barrientos being brought back on. Jorge Barrientos has played earlier in the game as a forward. Now we're seeing him again for the second time. Played a little bit in the first half, and now he's getting some action in the second. So far in this game, Reed Berry, Christian Wood, and Gerardo Lopez have all been issued red cards and ejected. All those red cards have come in the second half, which means for both of these teams, the first half of the next game, those players will not play either. So Dochot airmailing one down. Hobot kicking one away out of bounds. Substitution for LMU.
Entering for the Lions is number 26.
It'll be number 26,
Corbin Mercado.
Cesar Oliva. He'll be coming in on the defensive side of things. Boy, we're really trying to see how deep these benches run this game, Alex.
Yeah, between the injuries and the ejections, a lot of players have needed to come in and step up, and it's been interesting to see both sides get adjusted to new personnel.
Absolutely, and it's amazing to me in this game, kind of to switch gears for a moment here, back to scoring, how many, or I guess how few corner kicks there have been on this game on both sides. A total of 5, 3 for LMU and 2 for ORU. You know, given the opportunities offensively that LMU have had right near the goal.
Yeah, they're trying to fire as many balls to the net as they can, and the result of that has been a lot of shots going high or wide rather than being deflected. And then the other two have found the back of the net.
So CJ Neville will start things off once again. He throws it in, the clock resumes. Clock doesn't resume, but play resumes. I'm sure the scoreboard will be updated momentarily. Nick Dauchot trying to get it out of control there. Hobart again with the ball. I'm surprised we haven't seen Hobart attack that much. He's got the speed to get back if he needs to cover defensively, and he is such a force to be reckoned with offensively. Olersmo was the intended recipient there, didn't get it to him. Long ball all the way to the opposite side of the field, on the far side, the left side of your screen. Oral Roberts now fighting for it. LMU trying to get it back. Long cross to Olersmo, that's not going to go. It looks like Oral Roberts is getting a little bit desperate now with under 2 minutes to go in this ball game.
Absolutely, definitely trying to force the issue here.
Olersmo taps off quickly. Knew he was under pressure. It was smart play, a good pass. Cross all the way, though, no one there, and Jackson will let it go out. So Jackson will take it for the goal kick. And time is ticking away. Jackson just milking the clock, as you would expect. Now kicks one off. Airmails it all the way to the opposite end of the pitch. Back in the center. Hobart once again. Now into the middle. Oral Roberts trying to run through the entirety of the LMU defense, being tripped up and foul called on the Lions. Free kick for the Golden Eagles. Jackson trying to scramble his defense, or get them unscrambled rather, and form a little bit of a makeshift wall here. Free kicks have been dangerous this game. That's how the first goal came in for this ball game for Oberlin. Little chip shot there, trying to get for a header. Olersmo still up in the air. Everyone playing hot potato with the ball. No one really trying to get it onto the pitch there. And down goes Oberlin, who took a shot to the face. He's pointing to his chin now and walking away. The Lions pleading for something. A very, very physical game here on Sullivan Field. I'm sure both these teams are going to be relieved when 90 minutes hit in about 30 seconds. We are in the 89th minute, ladies and gentlemen. No extra minutes due to the fact that the clock stops when it needs to. We will get a substitution before the end of the game, though. It looks like it will be Rowe. The Parisian coming in once again, credited with an assist, and we're now in the closing 40 seconds of this ball game. LMU up 2-0 on Oral Roberts University. Alex, what went right for LMU today?
They played the way they wanted to play. They played fast. They played aggressive. They got a lot of shots up, and I think that was their mentality coming into the game, and they really took advantage of what they wanted to do.
Absolutely. And that'll do it. The horn sounds. They'll kick one away. Console kicks one in frustration, but he had a good game. Shake hands with Rao. Rao's such a gentleman on and off the field. Most of these guys, honestly, are perfect gentlemen on and off the field. It gets very physical there in the heat of battle. You know, as you said, Alex, this team does have a reputation for being a little bit chippy, but at the end of the day, they're all students, they're all athletes, and they're all competitors.
I think even though they don't like each other, they want to beat each other, they respect each other a lot for just wanting to win and wanting to turn in the best game possibly that they can.
Absolutely, and for LMU, this was a major win this evening, Alex. 2-0, their first win of the season. LMU's official record now is 1-1 after losing a nail-biter to Virginia Tech, a game that they nearly came out with a tie. It was 1-1 all the way until the closing minutes. Virginia Tech scored in the opening 55 seconds. LMU came on back with the equalizer, and Virginia Tech stole it in the closing minutes, but none of that matters today for LMU. They can go home with their chins raised. Christian Wood and Gerardo Lopez will be on the bench for the first half of the next game that will take place on Sunday, so stay tuned for that. I will be here as well on the broadcast. On behalf of everyone here at LMU's athletics facility and the media broadcast department, we thank you for joining us this evening, and we hope to see you next time. Once again, the final score of today's game is 2-0. Alex, any closing thoughts?
This is a confidence game for LMU. Virginia Tech, a nationally ranked team that they hung with the entire game. That was a confidence even though they lost it, and now they pulled out a win where they were clearly the better team for almost the entire game. That's the kind of thing that they can use.
Absolutely.
Because they know they can do it now. They know, and they can use it for the rest of the season.
I completely agree, and like we said, LMU will play once again on Saturday. Oral Roberts University taken down here on this Friday evening, and it'll feel good. They can celebrate tomorrow, but not before getting back to action once again on Sunday. It'll be right here at Sullivan Field. On behalf of Alex Hutton, I'm Jonathan Grace. We thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. You've been watching LMU Men's Soccer on the LMU Sports Network and the WCC Network, powered by Watch Stadium. We'll see you next time.